Oh, what is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling interactive podcast in the world. I am your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler. And I tell you what, this episode of the show is just oozing testosterone. I think I have the two manliest blokes ever. I almost have to excuse myself from my own show because I am just not manly enough from these two. And of course, we are talking about the Phenom, the man who is having his comeback match. And if you are an arm wrestling fan, you are definitely excited to see Marcio back on the table. Marcio, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, my pleasure. It's good to be here.
Mate, we always love having you here. But then when Marcio jumps on the table, he has to look across. And, of course, that is to this bloke who I don't think is actually human. We will double-check later on today because Pavlo will pull anyone at any time. In 1 week, he'll weigh 240. The next week, he'll probably weigh 198 pounds because he can do it. And, of course, the man oozing one of the best beards in arm wrestling, and that is Pavlo Derbedenyev. Pavlo, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Mate, this is exciting. If you're just joining us, I'll get to you guys in the chat, but please say good day to Marcio and Pavlo. If you're new, August 26th, the High Five Arm Wrestling are presenting Knuckles Up, and these two buffaloes are going to go at it. Marcio, when are the nerves kicking in, mate? It's your first match in a while.
Yeah, super match, yes. I pulled Pablo the beginning of this year at the Arnold's. He got me there. I took second after him. But in super match, yes, my comeback. Correct.
Yeah, how's the body feeling? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling like the old Marcio? How are we coming in?
I think I'll be all right.
What is you will know that there is not something anymore.
I mean, I'm 50, but I'm feeling good.
Right. Yep.
I still can't believe you're 50. That's ridiculous. I'm 38.
Me neither, but
I'm 38 and I look older than you. So, yeah, thank you very much, Phil Woody. That's right. Head over if you want to buy the pay-per-view or if you want to meet these two legends and an annoying Australian, head over to the event if you're in the New Jersey area. So the body's feeling good, Marcio. We're ready to go?
Yes, ready to go.
Yeah. What's your training been like for someone like Pavlo?
Me and Pablo Pablo looks more like a gym guy. I have to kind of put everything according to my schedule. My life is a little crazy. I'm very busy with work and everything else, family, working, helping communities and stuff. My life is really busy, but I took some time to dedicate to this match. Pablo is a tough dude.
So he certainly is a tough dude. Pablo, do you ever get injured? Are you ever sore? I mean, when we were chatting at King of the Table, you had an awesome match there, and then you were straight into weight cutting for a tournament straight afterwards. How is your body managing all of this?
It was, to be honest, it was not that hard of that cut. It sounds very crazy because I dropped like 20 plus pounds, but it was it was not that crazy. Because I was at my absolute heaviest at the King of the Table. I've been gaining my mass and power for Sabine, who is definitely a bigger dude, and I was trying to be as powerful as possible to even get a chance against him. So that's why, I was like 263, and then naturally I start dropping weight. Plus, I stopped eating and it was a water cut about 6-7 pounds in the last 40 hours. I mean, yeah, I cut a lot, but it was not as crazy as you may think.
Wow. Man. Look, anyone that drops 10 kilos over 22 pounds in a week, that's crazy to me. I just can't even think about it. Marcio, have you done a weight cut like that in a short time? What's your biggest weight cut?
I think it was probably around 20 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
For a WAL, I think it was a region. And you know what's the crazy thing? It was back in 2015, I believe. I gained weight. I was about I was 245 and it was 225, the class. And then but you gotta hear a story. I hurt my knee at work the day before I was traveling. It was gonna be in Las Vegas, and the day before I fall from a scaffold, I hurt my knee bad, and I was like, okay, it was July, so I'm like, Las Vegas is gonna be super hot. I'm gonna drop this weight so quick, but I hurt my knee. I fell, and my knee was like, I had a lot of water inside my knee. I did an MRI before everything, so it was nothing major, but it was thick like my leg, and I have to wear a brace. I traveled the next day, and when I got there, I stopped eating. I will still have 16 pounds on me, and I put those black plastic bags, and I walk limping around the parking lot of the hotel for like maybe a couple hours. I lost 25 pounds doing that. It was 120 degree.
Ooh.
It was crazy. I had 16 pounds. I ended up losing 25. I weighed like 219, something like that. I think I weighed last. I weighed 219 or something because I was very worried. But my clothes, my sneakers, I could throw them in the garbage. I sweat so much. It was 120. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous as Pavlo takes that. Well, while Pavlo takes a call, we'll quickly say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Phil, Woody, we got White Wolf. I got to reply to your email, White Wolf. We got the medal 365. The Honest J-Bone is our shout out from Round Lake Beach, Illinois. Big Pavlo. Who else is happening in the chat as we're here? Benji Max in the chat. Pavlo, Marcio, Jake chat. What is going on? It's that is a great explanation, Bluetooth. It's Super Mario versus Bowser. Pavlo does look a bit like Bowser. Who else have we got? We've got the KR Fran in there. We got Red Catman Studios. He's saying, "What's up, Marcio? What's up, Pavlo?" Marcio looks way better here compared to his pick. There you go. Maybe not good at taking photos, Marcio. What's going on there? Bloody hell. Rick Chains is hanging out in the chat. The medal. Thank you very much, my man. Says Jake, Marcio, Pavlo. Really looking forward to seeing and meeting up with you guys and hopefully group up with you all on the 26th. Look out for me. Absolutely, medal. We will definitely look out for you, and thank you for the super chat. I've asked everyone during the podcast, guys, who is going to win this match, and the fans have voted so far. There's 66 votes, and 56% think Marcio is going to win this one. Pavlo, what do you think of the people that have voted for Marcio?
I like to be underdog. With Marcio, there is no shame, dude. To be honest, and I'm not underestimating myself, but I really think that Marcio is better on a super match format, more experienced on this format, and I'm just entered that level. So competition, open mesh, maybe yes, but super match, I would say so. Maybe I'm slight underdog. I mean, we're power-wise, we're probably close enough, but experience-wise, Marcio is still the man, and I'm always improving myself. So uh, I think it's close, but I may be a slight underdog. Yes.
Is that true, Marcio?
Yeah, I think you're there already, Pablo. You've been proving. I mean, it's strength wise, you're super strong. I felt that in the Arnolds. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. A lot of power, a lot of horsepower, and we're just getting better. I mean, it's gonna be an honor to pull you, and I think there's no favorite. I think it could go either way. Depends on the day, and
Oh,
hopefully it's my day, but it can go either way. To be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean this match has the potential to steal the show for sure. It's one when it was first announced. Not only myself, but all of the arm wrestling world were like, whoa, oh, okay, they're pulling in North America even better because I think what people forget as well, Pavlo was the only person at the last East versus West to pin their opponent, as in the only athlete that didn't win. He was the only one to pin their opponent, and what a pin that was! Definitely. What are we both weighing in at for this match?
No weight, no weight
Is
cap.
there
I
no
mean,
weight limit?
it don't really matter. I think.
No, this morning I was about 255.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably around 249, 250, close.
Uh, Approximately the same. I mean,
Yeah, so the three of us are probably the same size. Yeah, I'm just comparing my shoulders to your guys, and I think I have to move up to the camera like that just to even get close. It'll be good. Actually, you guys are very very experienced in the sport, so I wanted to get both your opinions. And Marcio, I'll start with you first. All the match changes that have been happening at Knuckles Up. The main event's been changed. Matches have been cancelled. Pavlo's stepping in again because Pavlo will. The event was almost changed to Pavlo versus the world because Pavlo's going to pull everybody. Does that, as an experienced athlete, does that bother you at all? Does it interfere with anything to do with your match? Because it's like, oh my god, it's getting a bit messy over here.
You asking me or Pablo?
Yeah. I'll ask you first, Marcio, and then I'll get Pavlo's answer after.
I mean, I last year when I went to East versus West, I pulled both arms. My lefty, I haven't pulled much lefty because I got an injury, but it depends how you prepare. If you're well prepared, you can pull both arms, no problem. I just not haven't pulled much lefty. Like I said, I don't know. Once you have like you at one point of your life you tore something, you feel like I got my lefty is really really good, but unfortunately I gotta take it easy. I'm gonna try to stem cell or something or whatever. I'm scared to have surgery again. It's terrible, but I feel my upper, like the long head of the bicep, the long tendon, and the lefty. Sometimes it bothers me when I train. If I train bicep a little bit heavy, it's just a problem already. Or whatever I do, like back pressure with the lefty, if I go a little heavy, it hurts me, and I know it's right there. So might be some tear there already.
Oh, geez, that sucks. And
But
with
responding
all
to
the
your question, I think I've done all the time basically.
But with all the changes on the card, does that bother you at all? Like Dave was supposed to be pulling Jordan, Jordan's gone. The Gabby match has been cancelled.
I mean,
Who
it's
else?
it's a shame the way things happen in the last few days. I mean, people try to control everything. I don't like that. Like this is like an independent organization that just trying to build something in the United States. Guys that I know these guys for like 5 6 years. They're just start arm wrestling, seeing us and the ESPN and all that WAL, events, and they start getting excited. 2 years ago, they start a club, and then they probably have over maybe 50 guys now, mostly amateurs, mostly novice guys, you know. A few of them are pro, but they just, I mean, try to have a cool idea of having something good in the United States because, you know, so they found a sponsor just to have something, and it has nothing to do with any other organization. They're just trying to do something cool over here and bring some international athletes just to make something different just here in US because everything it's been out. Right? It's a good idea, but it looks like you bother a lot of people.
Yeah, it has. By bringing in IFA refs and then Jordan, Sabine, Gajewski, it's thrown it all up. What are your thoughts on it, Pavlo? You're a very cool, calm, collective guy. When you're seeing, the card that you're on getting gutted, you're preparing for one right arm match. You said you'll pull 2 matches. First of all, thank you very much for stepping in to pull Ryan Espy. But what are your thoughts on everything that's going on? And does it interrupt your preparation for Marcio?
No, it did not interrupt any preparation.
Good.
I'll be very honest here that my left was set aside a little bit. Doesn't mean it's weak. I'm still there. It was minor problems, as we always and everybody has our elbows, shoulders, whatever. But it's never bothers or prevent me from my performance. I've been trying to pull my both arms at the same day on a super match format at Monster Factory. It was always successful. It did not, it was. Don't get me wrong, but mindset and warm up the whole body, I think it's even beneficial sometimes. I mean, I'm not underestimating Ryan and telling that he's a warm up before Marcio, but
No, but
the whole setup and the mindset that you have to win the first one fast, not to die before the second one. I mean, this may even be beneficial for me personally. So I gladly step up, and Ryan is a super serious opponent for me. It's like he's super heavyweight, and he's lefty, and he's super powerful and fast. But I don't think it's going to be a problem.
oh, I love it because Pablo, you are one of the rare athletes in recent memory that actually win both arms. We've seen it. We've seen it before. A lot of people have battles on the left arm, and then they're too tired for their right arm match, or they battled hard on the right arm and they're too tired for their left arm match. So you in recent memory, of course, at Monster Factory, just dominating everybody. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit different scale this time, but I will see. There is for sure no fear or worries about this. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong because it's a little bit, as I said, a little bit different scale, but it still was good opponents at Monster Factory. Pauline, Ron Beth, Michael himself.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty serious arm wrestlers. Ron Beth, it was successful for me, so I believe that I can. We'll see.
Yeah, beautiful. What are your thoughts on that, Marcio? Where it's obviously different to tournament format, but an athlete pulling both arms on the same card. Are you for it, or are you against it, or you're just like, whatever?
No, it doesn't really matter. If you're confident by doing it, it's fine. If you feel confident, if you're ready, it's a mindset, like Pablo said. Just get ready and then do it. Like I said, I did the last Beast versus West that I participated last year. I did both, and most of tournaments, if my left is good, I'll do both.
Yeah.
You can actually make a little bit more money.
Yes. Are you hoping that Ryan and Pablo get it in an absolute 5-round tendon popping battle. So then when Pavlo comes to the table for your match, he's sweating and he's huffing and puffing, and you can get an easy win.
I'm not sure. I think Pablo's stronger than Ryan. I think, but Ryan has he's a good top roller. He's got a good hand, and he got a good hit too. But strength wise, I believe Pablo's stronger. I pulled Brian before. I mean, I don't know how he is right now, but I don't think I ever pulled Pablo. I think I pulled Pablo, but it was 2 years ago. Pablo was lighter.
Dark, yes.
Yeah, it's probably much stronger now, as he's on his leg.
Yeah.
I don't imagine Pavlo lighter. I imagine Pavlo was born 255
He was
pounds.
220, I think. I pulled him. I think I was 20 pounds heavier than him when we pulled.
Yeah.
I think he was 220, 225. I was around 240, 245, something like that, like 2 years ago.
I weigh in at 217 fully dressed. It was
Very light, yeah. See?
terrible year, yeah.
Wow, how long ago was that?
2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Kentucky Muscles, yeah. In April of 2021.
A little bit over 2 years, yeah.
Oh, is that when you pulled John Pavlo?
No.
No.
The year before.
Oh, the year before. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's get into the match here. Best of 5. These two guys are going to go at it. Everyone in the comments, give me your score prediction and let me know what will happen round 1. And I'm going to start with you, Marcio. What's going to happen round 1 between you and Pavlo?
I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's talk about the other matches. I'm gonna do my best to win 3-0. That's what I can say. Whatever happens, it happens. I mean, the plan is to win.
Absolutely. Pavlo I know you're a very respectful person, and of course a living legend like Marcio, but has he got any chance against you? Has Marcio got any chance against you, considering you beating it?
Marcio have chances against everybody in this world, and that's true. And yes, he's absolutely have chances, but as he said, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen round 1, and I don't know what's going to happen round 2, because we both will. We can change our decisions momentarily on the table. Depends on the grip, on the setup, which side of the table, and so on and so on. There's so many factors on the ref, on everything. So we may start, try to deepen a hook, but then, I feel that Marcio is, just overpowering me right there. So I will, lay down and go for top roll, slip, whatever. I mean, we will make our adjustments. We don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's, man, just picturing you two stuck in a hook in the middle of the table, especially, yeah. You're both at 255, looking incredible. I'm going to make sure I get my phone out to take a photo of that. I reckon that would look incredible. We've got Spermies in the chat. He says, even though I have my opinions on this match, it could really go a bunch of ways. It all depends where Marcio is at. There we go. Well, we're finding out where Marcio's at. And then, of course, August 26th, we're going to see the Phenom back on the table. Thank you very much, White Wolf. He's in the chat. Thank you. And he goes, Jake, as you know, I'm a diehard Armed Gods guy. Yes, hopefully we can get these two at an Armed Gods event. Love the insanity. Knuckles Up look like they are running a high-energy promotion like Armed Gods. Can't wait seeing these guys. Bang. Please ask both if they would pull at Armed Gods. Would you both pull at Armed Gods? They're going to be in Canada, September 30th, in Ontario, I believe. They're a UK promotion, UK and Ireland promotion.
September is no good for me.
No, but in the future.
Oh, in the future, yes, sure.
September 30 is good for me.
Oh, I might have to.
Waiting for invitation.
Okay, beautiful. All right, well, I'll definitely pass on your details to Marcus and Paul Maiden there. White Wolf, mate, we're working together for Arm Gods. Really, really appreciate it. Now, just quickly, Marcio, before we start talking about a few of the other matches, you were mentioning that you've known the High Five guys for 5 or 6 years, and I've been able to chat with them and seen a couple of their little production videos. What are we going to expect? Because what I'm seeing on these videos looks incredible.
Yeah, they try to surprise everybody. I don't even know myself, but they try to do something really remarkable. So we'll see what they got. I think it's gonna be very good. They saw the other competitions the same type, and they're just trying to make something a little bit better, I believe. But I really don't know. We're all gonna see over there live. They're good guys. I mean, they're trying the best, for the sport, basically.
Oh, it's going to be great. And Pablo, I mean, you both. I get both of your opinions on this. You both have pulled anywhere and everywhere. What do you guys prefer? And Pablo, you can answer first. What do you prefer? Do you prefer when you're up on stage and no one in the crowd is near you? Do you prefer King of the Table or WAL when everyone is around you screaming? What sort of, or does it just not matter at all? Because with us arm wrestling fans, we do talk about the crowd a lot. Pablo, what do you prefer?
The last one. Basically, I don't care because.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, there is very much because when you step up to that table, and for me, when all the setup is starting, the surrounding except the refs and us two stop exist for me basically. I even have problems to hear if there is anybody in my corner, so I have to make a mark to make sure that I hear that voice.
Yep.
Otherwise, it does not exist for me for those few seconds, whatever it takes. And then, yes, I see it again. But for that moment, so it don't really matter for me. Okay. Not much. Not much at all.
What about you, Marcio? You've been at it all. You've been in tournaments. They've been basically breathing on your neck. Mm-hmm. And you've also been at events where there's no one around. Is there anything that you prefer?
No, not really. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I've been having this time with my family, my kids around, because just for them to enjoy while I'm still doing this. So it's good to have them watch and, see them in winning or losing and learning. And, but really, it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't affect me or in any way. I'll deal with whatever, it's fine with me.
I'm going to leave the commentary booth when you two are at the table, and I'm going to scream at the both of you real quick. And then we'll see if we can change your mind. No, I'm only joking. One of the guys that he's organising the event, Big Willie Style, is in there, and he goes, "You will never forget us after this event." The three of us here are definitely excited for this event. Will, we cannot wait. Thank you, Will. Spermy's ass is creamy. Thank you very much for the super chat, my man. He says, "I'm a big fan of both Pablo and Marcio. Two fantastic guys. Can't wait to see this match." We definitely can't wait to see this match either, Spermies. Sometimes when we think we've seen all the matches, the High Five come out and put Pablo versus Marcio, two big buffaloes at the table. And for just $16, you can get this pay-per-view with, I think at the moment, 8 or 9 matches. And they're giving half of them away for free on YouTube. So let's go support. Let's go support them. Let's get in there. Have you got, so the main event replacement? We have Jordan Sonev is out, unfortunate, but they've been replaced by this big Polish powerhouse that is Kamil Jablonski. Marcio, first of all, have you heard of Kamil Jablonski? And if you have, what do you think of the Dave Camille match?
Well, first of all, Dave is gonna be. He was favored against Jordan, but Jordan is very dangerous. Now he's super favorite. I mean, Camille, it's a newbie. He's strong. I saw him competing. I saw him in some competition in Europe. That guy, Reno, from Croatia, right? Yeah, they did a couple finals. I think Reno beat him. So kind of give you an idea. Reno is really good, up and coming star. But yeah, and I saw that guy, if not mistaken, maybe at one tournament at King of the Table. So he's good, but I don't know how good he is. Of course, Dave is super favorite. I mean,
yeah, Dave's incredible. Hopefully, he can get those that neck sorted, and he comes in feeling strong for this one. Pavlo, have you heard of Camille? And what are your thoughts on this match?
I know Camille. I saw him first time in 2019. Zloty. He was a much younger kid, and listen, he is very young. He's he's climbing pretty fast. Yes, Dave is very favorite. Does Camille have a chance? Yeah, everybody have a chance.
It's arm wrestling, absolutely.
Very minor chance, but listen, it's a huge honor, and kid is very lucky to have that super match on his list in card. Most likely he will lose it, but experience will be priceless for sure. If you were comparing him and Reno, or it's Dave is very favorite.
Yeah.
Listen. The styles make matches, and very possible that that style will be uncomfortable for Dave, and very possible that we will see some kind of match. Everybody doubt it? Yes, everybody doubt it. But good luck. I mean, I want to see that.
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, with the event that happened last weekend, everyone thought Kalinichenko would just wipe the floor with Matt Mask. And now that's turned out to be one of the best matches of the year. So, yeah, I we can all have our predictions, but yeah, at times it's like you just don't know. We really don't know, but we definitely love talking about it. And one match that I am very excited for, and fingers crossed it's still going ahead, and that is Chant Shaw versus Sabine Badalescu. Wow, what a banger. Marcio, break it down for us. How is that match going to go?
It's hard for me to say. Like you said, it's an arm wrestling match. I'm not sure about this match. It could go either way. I would say slightly favored Sabin.
Yep.
Because of his performance against Pavlo, but it's styles. A lot of people have trouble with Chance because of his style. So it could be a banger, It could go either way. If I can say like I said, like a slightly favoritism to Sabin, but very little. It could go either way.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. What do you think, Pavlo? You recently pulled Sabine?
Yeah, I pulled Sabine. I never pulled Chance, but I'm watching Chance. We're friends, and I'm watching him every time he does the things. It's very hard. I believe it's as Marcio said, very slight chance that Sabine is favorite. But if Chance will bring a peak form at 100%, and speed will be there at the start, that's I want to see that because of his style, and Sabine locking the fingers a little bit. He doesn't need them for his style, but if somebody will push his style, so his He's lacking that a little bit. He has probably the best pronation Sabine I ever felt.
Oh,
Yes, it was because my fingers are pretty good. They're short, but if I have enough real estate and I'm holding, it's kind of hard to open my fingers. And when he started pronating on them, that was like shit. So he's very good pronation, probably the best I ever felt. So
wow.
it's hard to predict. It's hard to predict. That's gonna be a banger most likely.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm so excited for it. Like on their pay-per-view, they've got Dave versus Camille. So it could be a coming out party for Camille. They've of course got you two bloody legends going at it, bumping heads. So I'm excited for that one. Then we've got Chance versus Sabine Badalescu. I mean, a lot of these matches could be on an East versus West, a king of the table. But if you're in New Jersey, it is in your backyard. You've been asking for something big in North America, and these guys are getting it. Where we are up and about. White Wolf is up and about. Thank you very much, White Wolf. He says, guys, fast forward in the hot tub time machine with me, please. Don't have explosive diarrhea. Speedo's optional. And these event won't be this dirt cheap ever again. So the price of I think is $16 for this pay-per-view. Now, I don't know about you guys, Marcio and Pavlo, but I think it's very cheap for the quality of arm wrestlers that we're getting. What about you guys? What do you think, Marcio? What do you think, Marcio, about arm wrestling going into pay-per-view? Do you think the prices are fair? Do you think they're too cheap? Do you think they're too expensive?
No, I mean everything you do in life is more expensive than this. $16, $17 to watch a quality arm wrestling. If you're a fan of the sport, of course, you watch UFC, it's like $70, $80 pay-per-view. So anything 15, 20 bucks to watch arm wrestling, quality arm wrestling, it's more than worth it.
Do you think it'll ever get to that much? Like a $60, $70 pay-per-view for arm wrestling? Do you think we're going the right way?
Everything's possible. I mean, you gotta wait and see it, right? I mean, depends on a lot of promotions, a lot of marketing. If you're getting the TV again, it'd be awesome. And depends on a bunch of things. Right now, I think it's fair.
Yeah.
But in the future, who knows? Maybe the future, it's holding a better place for the sport.
Oh, I think it's going to be great. What do you think, Pavlo, about the pay-per-view system and the price of pay-per-views?
Pay-per-view for arm wrestling just started, right?
Yeah.
It's basically what King of the Table, East versus West, right? Now it's high five, very few, so it's baby steps. I think it's very cheap and affordable for anybody in this world. I'm not even talking about West, where we're making a little more than East, but if there is a group of fans, they for sure couple guys can take a few beers and and a popcorn. And I don't know a country where you cannot afford once every month $15 to buy a sport you love, a pay-per-view. It's probably affordable anywhere in the world right now. We are going forward for sure with our sport. It's getting bigger and it's on an upscale. I just very hope that the political intolerance will not take a big shot on the smaller guys and will not get them down with their beginnings, because this is very important to have a smaller promoters out there, not only the big one like King of the Table in East versus West, but smaller guys. I would say high five that they are smaller guys as a promoters, and that's why I agreed to this event in the first place. First of all, because of Marcio for sure, and second of all, because I want to support them and let some smaller guys in North America to have a chance to bring those smaller events for lower scale athletes in the future.
Yeah. Ah, magnificent. And everyone agrees with you. The truth is in there. And he says, Amen, Pavlo. Absolutely. I think the more promotions we have, the better. That is for sure with contracts and everything that is going on. It's the talk of the town with contracts. But we'll keep going with the High Five arm wrestling event because that's why we are here. Now, we've been talking about all the bloody heavyweights and the super heavyweights. There's a match, I think we're getting it for free on YouTube, and that's, I'll start with you, Pavlo. Craig Tullier and Svetan Gishevsky. I love this matchup. I absolutely love it. What are your thoughts on it?
Me too. I love the match. Svetan is absolute legend of the world arm wrestling. Craig is super powerful, and he's our legend. He did not participate too much on outside the United States on the world tournaments. He did, but I believe not that much as Tsvetan. I believe Tsvetan got it.
Yep.
60-40 maybe. But don't sleep on Craig. Don't sleep on that dude. It's like, he's so fast and powerful, and that surge is insane. And himself, is very athletic and ready for pretty much anybody, probably at any weight. So, very good chances for Craig, and I will cheer for Craig. But I believe that Svetan is favorite in this one.
Oh, he's just incredible. Incredible. What are your thoughts, Marcio?
I think it's a great match, I think it's a great match. Svetan is a legend, and Craig Tullier also, I know Craig since he was competing at WAF 65 kilos when I met him maybe 25 years ago or more. And great guy, I'm going to cheer for him also. Wish him the best. I mean, I think it's close because Craig is explosive enough to create problems to Svetan. If the match got too sticky in straps and he gets stopped, and Svetan has, a slightly favoritism on his side because he applies the King's move very well.
Yeah.
And he perfected, actually, in my opinion. He does it much better than most people. And it's gonna be a good match, It could go either way. Like I said, Craig's chance to me, it's his speed. He's very explosive. He's training with Bob, and Bob knows, how to beat that style. I mean, they've been training together, and I'm gonna cheer for Craig, like Pablo. Hopefully he wins, but he could. It's like 50-50 or a little bit more discretion.
It'll be to beat the master would just be ridiculous. Are you both fans of the King's move?
I don't know if I'm a fan of the King's move. I don't know if I'm a fan of any move.
What is that?
Both of your reactions.
I only think it shouldn't be calling King's move. It should be calling something else, not King's move, but but it's a style, It's within the rules. To me, it's fine,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. It's okay.
So let me translate for everyone watching at home. They both don't like the King's move, but they know it's a part of the sport. That's
no, seriously, I'm fine. I'm okay. If somebody knows how to use something, it's like, 60% of community will say Devon is a cheater. What is the cheating in arm wrestling? Fighting for your grip or making yourself a little smarter than a ref who missed some, or your opponent. It's a gray area. I don't do that on the table myself. Uh, but I'm fighting for my grip to make myself comfortable or make my opponent uncomfortable, whichever comes first. And same with King's move. If somebody knows how to use that and it's within the rules, if you don't like that rule, that approving a King's move in certain positions, right here, don't pull that organization. Go arm wrestle in an organization or create your own where you will change the rule if you don't like that.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I've been saying for years. I'm in the sport. I'm like, run an event without the King's move, or come up with something new. I'm definitely the same as you. Now, the talk of the town, unfortunately, it's happening on the same day as High Five. Of course, is the Devon versus Erdemes match, and I'll start with you, Marcio. Man, it's going to be a great match. Hopefully, we can all watch it before we start the High Five. But how are we seeing this match going?
Man, I see chances for both guys. I see it very close. I mean, Aramis' advantage is his speed. He's younger and he's very explosive. He can flash being Devon, I believe. But in the straps, if the match stops, then it could go the other way. It could go Devon's way. It's very hard to predict this match, to be honest. I don't know. I would say 50-50, to be honest. Right. Everything can happen.
Yeah, man, it's going. Yeah, it's going to be. It has the potential for one of the matches of the year. That is for sure. What about you, Pavlo, with this big mega match?
Absolutely, same prediction. Unpredictable match. Absolutely, can go either way with absolute 50% chances. Versatility on the one side, age and explosiveness and the power on the Hermes side. I've been, I've been pulling and practicing with Devon, and I've been not practicing and pulling, but I've been holding and show to Hermes some of the things, and I've been holding his hand. I know how the hell strong he is and how impossible to even show to him something, and I've been applying some power to properly show him things. Out. It's it's going to be a very interesting one. I'm really waiting for it. I believe that yes, Hermes can pin Devon off the goal. If Devon will stop him, then it's going to be very tough for Hermes, and he may stop him. But we saw the match Taras Ivakin versus Devon long time ago, and Taras Ivakin has approximately the same style as Hermes. I understand it was a completely different era for all of us, but that's maybe a case. If Hermes will apply proper angles to it with his speed and power, it's very, very possible that he will flash pin him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, couldn't agree with you both there. It's going. I still haven't decided who I'm going to predict, so it'll be very, very interesting. Guys, we're going to go for about another 5 minutes, so get your questions in, and we'll do a bit of Q&A with two of the strongest people in the sport. I tell you, if these two were going up against two horses in a fight, I'm picking Marcio and Pavlo to win that easy with one arm tied behind their back. A question here. Pavlo, have you ever been mistaken for Gennady?
Yes, we look a little alike, and Gennady is a young kid compared to me, so yeah, I'm an older brother.
There you go, the older brother. Marcio, what are your numbers like in the gym? Are you feeling strong?
I'm feeling strong, but my numbers are not so great compared to when I was younger because of all the aches. But when you get older, you got to train a little smarter. You know, my job also, I got a physical job. For instance, I don't like when I have to do like so much physical work close to events. And the
Yeah.
last 3 days, I dug holes every single day. For the hands, it's pretty good, but you gotta rest. Like your shoulders, your elbows, they scream
Yeah.
because you've
Well,
been training. I've been training also, and sometimes I have to do that. It's just, man, no good.
digging holes sucks. Sorry,
Yeah,
Marcio. I love you, buddy.
I know.
But the thought of it, I'm just sitting here going, man, I hope I can stay in arm wrestling forever. I don't want to go. I don't want to go and dig holes. That sucks. Pablo,
Yeah,
what do
I
you do
mean,
for work?
you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I gotta support my family.
Oh,
I got a
absolutely.
big family house, and I gotta
Yeah.
work.
Yes, sir.
Anyone that's a family man gets big respect from me. They're tattooed all over my body, my family. So yeah, big respect.
So it hasn't been easy. Let me tell you, to be honest with you, it hasn't been easy because it's been hot, and I work outside all day. I wake up 5:30, and I'll come back another like 12 hours later. I take a deep breath, then
Yeah.
eat something light, I go training, and then come back almost dead.
uh,
And I've been doing what I can do, and I've been
yeah,
feeling good.
I mean, you've been doing it for so long. Yeah, it definitely sucks. But Pablo, what do you do for work?
Plumbing.
Plumbing. I could just imagine now. It'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna send a plumber over. No worries. Pablo turns up to my door. I think I owe someone money. just rips my toilet out. Just man, you guys are awesome. A couple of more questions, guys. Couple of more questions before we wrap up the show because we really appreciate these two guys' time. Marcio, your two most memorable moments in arm wrestling besides coming on the Aussie Arm Wrestler Show?
Well, two memorable in arm wrestling. I mean, that just came to my mind. Remember the Delhi show that I beat John and Travis same day?
David Letterman Show.
Yeah, that was really great. I got noticed like one day before that thing. It was a last minute thing. It was supposed to be either Ron Bath or Dave Randall back then. And I competed like a week before, and then they just told me, like, you want to go? Dave DeVoto invited me. I was like, I'm going. It was in New York. And it was like, I remember pulling, like, we were trying to film something, and I was grabbing. It was supposed to be me and Travis and Eric and John to see if Travis and John do the final. But I
You
I
stuffed it
destroyed the
all up.
party. I destroyed the party. I was lucky enough to beat them both that day. And they decided to put me and John first because of the size. We were kind of the same.
Yeah.
And then the other big guys. And it was fun. It was a fun thing. Like we took serious, of course, but it was kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
And another fun moment, another memorable. Let me think. He always has to do with John Brasink.
Yeah.
Because I look up to him when I start, and I was like, one day I'm gonna beat him. When I first beat him in Lake Tahoe in 2003. Ingan Thursday was there actually watching, and he was like with his mouth open like this.
Well, yeah. Anyone that beat John around that
It's because
era.
I fought him for the first time 2 years prior, and I lost, but I hold him a little bit better on the right, and I left. I thought I would have a better chance. He beat me easy. And then 2 years later, I beat him in a competition. I beat him in a lefty, and a right. It was 2-1 for him, but I beat him the first one. He ended up tying and beating me again, but I got him in the straps. It was a big win for me. It was the first time I beat him. I probably beat John like 4 or 5 times in my whole life, right-handed. And lefty, I probably lost like 3 or 4 and beat him like 10, maybe something. We met more left, and his left is not as good as his right. But at one point, his lefty was good too. You know, he just let it go. If his hand, it was always powerful.
No,
But basically, those that are coming to my mind right now.
No, beautiful. Thank you for that. Have you both used the King's move in a super match before?
Kind of.
Kind of.
No.
No. I'm going to get a photo, Marcio, of you and I in a double King's move. That's what I'm going to do when I'm over there. Just so I can say I was the first one to have it. A couple more, and then we're going to wrap up the show, guys. Pavlo, how worried are you in the later rounds? Is endurance an issue, hand blowing up? Marcio's used to having battles in later rounds.
It's not about worry. It's my lack of experience with this short of the breaks, and it's not really an endurance. With Sabine, yeah, it was a big pump in my arm. It was a maybe not exactly a mistake of preparation, but lack of time and lack of experience in the preparation. And I still think that I did the right choice between the endurance and the power, because with endurance but no power, I would not even have a chance to win those two first and give him a good battle. I would just lose first 4, and that would be over, or all 6 of them. If you're talking about that one, I do have endurance. It's not on that Devon's level, but yeah, it's not like I'm dying after first round. No, it's not the case. It's mostly a mistakes I'm making. Like Sandra stopped me very near the pad, and I was already too low. It's a mistake. It's not because I intentionally did it. It's just my lack of experience, technical experience. Like with Rambeth, I didn't do this mistake. I stayed high, and I did technical wise, I did everything good. So endurance is not an issue here.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Quickly, Marcio, do you know what your prime year in arm wrestling was, where you thought, mate, that was mega Marcio?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I can tell you, for example, like, remember when I told you that I beat Devin and I mean Travis and John at the deli in New York. 3 weeks later, Travis beat Alexi in Canada, and 2 months later, I beat Travis at the Arnold's, and I was only 220 or less.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's complicated.
What year was it, Marcel?
2003, 2004, I think, something like that.
So
everyone go watch the footage.
Maybe 10 years ago, somewhere around that. And it's hard to say if it's your prime or not. It's very difficult to say that.
So you was like what, 30 years old?
Less than that, I think 27.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. No. Yeah, something like that. 30 years old, 29, 30. Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful.
We basically think that's more or less like, but for arm wrestling, it's different. For arm wrestling, if you don't have big injuries, you can be super strong at your 40s,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just depends how you live your life,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're getting the great experience from these two guys. If we can we please do two things? One, thank Marcio and Pavlo for giving up an hour of their time and jumping on the show. We really, really appreciate it. And two, head over and buy the pay-per-view. You want to see these two go head to head. You want to see these two scream at each other in a hook in the middle of the table for 5 straight rounds. Then you got to go over and buy the pay-per-view at High Five. If you are in the Fort Lee, New Jersey area, hell, if you're in the US, fly over because you want to see this match live, and you'll see the Aussie arm wrestler have the honor of introducing these two to the table when it is happening. Thank you all very much, guys. We will all definitely see you guys soon.
Take care.